I've been reading this psalm since I was young. I thought it was poetry. Now I know it's a photograph. I've seen both trees, I've known both roads. I remember when the voices were so easy. Everyone around me had an answer. Walk with us, they said, stand where we're standing. The crowd made it feel like safety had a number. And I stood at the edge of that decision, 1 foot in the room and 1 foot at the door. Something in me knew that I was choosing, not just for tonight, but for everything after. I walked away, not proudly, not with speeches, just quietly turned and found a different road. And I won't pretend it felt like instant sunshine, but somewhere down the line I felt it, I took root. Like a tree planted by the rivers I have held when everything was dry. The leaf did not wither in the burning seasons, because the roots were drinking something I couldn't see with my eyes. His word was the water underground, silent, steady, moving toward my thirst. I didn't always feel it, but it found me, and everything it promised came to pass, every word. I had a friend who was brilliant, full of laughter. He said the law was just a cage for smaller minds. He walked with clever people, sat at clever tables, and slowly something I can't name just left his eyes. I watched him over 20 years of choices, each one making the next one easier to take, until the man I knew was just a rumor, and the life he built came apart like it was made of smoke. I don't say this with any satisfaction. I loved him, I still love him, and I grieve. But the psalm was right, it was always right. The wind came, and there was nothing left to hold the chaff in place. I used to think these words were black and white, too clean, too simple for a complicated life. But I have lived enough to stop arguing. The road you walk will build the man you are. It's only time. Like a tree planted by the rivers I have held when everything was dry. The leaf did not wither in the burning seasons, because the roots were drinking something I couldn't see with my eyes. His word was the water underground, silent, steady, moving toward my thirst. I didn't always feel it, but it found me, and everything it promised came to pass, every word. I'm not gonna tell you it was easy. There were winters when the branches felt like iron, when I knelt down in the dark and heard nothing and wondered if the roots had reached too far to find. But spring came, it always came without my help. The fruit appeared on branches I'd forgotten, and people I had never meant to shelter came and sat beneath the shade of something I had not chosen alone. The Lord knows the way of the righteous, that's what it says. Not manages, not monitors, He knows it. Like a father knows the sound of his child's footstep before they even reach the door. I've watched the proud be scattered like the psalmist said. Not all at once, it's slower than you'd think. But I have stood at funerals of empires built by men who thought the water didn't matter, only the drink. And I have stood beside the ones who stayed rooted, who lost the things that everyone else chased. And in their eyes at 80 there was something that the brilliant and the restless never quite located on their maps. It's not that we were wiser or more worthy, we simply found a river and stayed near. And the river did the rest in its own season, in ways that took a lifetime to become completely clear. Like a tree planted by the rivers I have held when everything was dry, the leaf did not wither in the burning seasons, because the roots were drinking something I couldn't see with my eyes. His word was the water all along, every promise, every warning, every line. I have seen it with my own two eyes wide open. The psalm is not a poem, it's a map, and it is mine. Blessed is the man I know, that man I've been trying to be that man. And the river has been faithful every single year.